Craigslist. It wasn't my first choice for shopping, but I needed workout equipment, and the deal seemed too good to pass up. The house was quiet, unremarkable until I stepped inside. The man said Mary would be down soon, but something was off. The weight scattered on the floor, the bare walls, and then the way he lingered at the top of the stairs, staring at nothing. I knew I needed to leave, and when I did, he ran after me. The house had been empty for over a year. Then there was Tom. His smile didn't reach his eyes. The faint thud from behind the locked door sent chills down my spine. He kept urging me to check out the room, blocking my way when I tried to leave. What was behind that door? And Sam, the perfect roommate at first. Quiet, polite, friendly. But then came the smell, the locked door, the strange noises in the middle of the night. And when he disappeared, we learned the truth. Sam wasn't who he claimed to be. He'd been missing for almost a year. I trusted my instincts and escaped, but not everyone is so lucky. What would you do? Open the door? Run? Or stay and face what's waiting in the dark? Craigslist wasn't my first choice for shopping, but the cost of new workout equipment pushed me to browse its listings. After a few days, I stumbled upon a great deal, a set of weights recently listed by someone named Mary. I contacted her right away, and she quickly responded, offering to meet that evening around 7 p.m. When I checked the address she provided, it led to a quiet neighborhood I was somewhat familiar with. The house appeared old, but unremarkable, and nothing raised alarms. That evening, I drove there, parking near the mailbox and walking to the front door, which was already ajar. Feeling cautious, I knocked a few times. A man appeared in the hallway, explaining Mary would be down shortly and inviting me inside. The living room had weights on the floor, but no furniture, just bare walls. When I asked about the incomplete set, he said Mary might know where the rest were. He excused himself to check on her, but lingered oddly at the top of the stairs, staring at a wall. It dawned on me this was likely a setup. I turned to leave, but the man rushed after me. Ignoring his calls to stop, I bolted out the door and into my car. As I sped away, he emerged from the house, running around the side. I later called the police, who informed me that no one had lived in the house for over a year. The man's true intentions remain a mystery, but I'm grateful I trusted my instincts and escaped unharmed. After graduating college, I needed a place to stay while job hunting. Unable to afford an apartment alone, I started looking for spare rooms for rent. A friend suggested Craigslist, which had plenty of options, though responses were slow and often led to dead ends. One Saturday morning, I saw a new post for a room in a nearby house. It was affordable and included a private bathroom and closet. The owner, Tom, responded quickly, inviting me to view it that same afternoon. The house looked pleasant from the outside, a typical suburban home. When Tom opened the door, I noticed he was drenched in sweat and smelled terrible. He gave me a brief tour, showing off the messy kitchen and stained living room. It didn't match the pristine photos from the listing, but I figured those were taken long ago. As we headed to the stairs, Tom stopped at the bottom, gesturing for me to go up alone. I climbed hesitantly, glancing back to see him standing there, watching me. Reaching the hallway, I noticed the first door on the left, my supposed room. Just then, I heard a faint thud from behind the door. When I turned to Tom, his expression had shifted, his smile now gone. He dismissed the noise, claiming it was just a friend staying over. His insistence that I check out the room felt unnerving. Summoning my courage, I decided to leave. As I descended the stairs, Tom blocked my path, urging me to at least look at the bedroom. I firmly repeated my decision to leave. After a tense pause, he reluctantly stepped aside. I hurried out, relieved to escape. Later, I checked Craigslist and saw the post had been removed. I still don't know what or who was behind that door, but my instincts tell me I narrowly avoided something dangerous. During college, I rented a small house with my friend Nick. Initially, everything was fine, but by the end of our first year, we realized we couldn't afford the place without a third roommate. After striking out with friends, we turned to online platforms, including Craigslist, to find someone. Eventually, we received a response from a man named Sam. He seemed friendly and professional, and when he came to view the house, he appeared clean-cut and polite. He moved in the following week, and for a few months, everything went smoothly. But then, Sam grew distant. He barely spoke to us, kept to his room, and only came out for food or work. It wasn't disruptive, but his behavior seemed odd. One evening, Nick pulled me aside, whispering about a terrible smell coming from Sam's room. He asked me to check it out. As I walked down the hallway, the odor hit me hard, something foul and unnatural. We knocked on Sam's door several times, calling his name, but he didn't answer. The next morning, I caught Sam on his way out. When I asked about the smell, he brushed it off, claiming he'd taken out the trash. His quick, evasive response only deepened my unease. A few nights later, I woke to faint noises from Sam's room. like shuffling or movement. But by morning, he was gone, and this time, he didn't come back. Days turned into weeks, and his phone went straight to voicemail. Concerned, we checked his room. It was in disarray, with some items missing, as though he'd packed in a hurry. But strangely, he left behind furniture, clothes, and a pair of glasses, even though Sam didn't wear glasses. Nick called the police, who came to investigate. They later discovered the man we knew, as Sam wasn't who he claimed to be. A family member identified him as their son, who had been missing for nearly a year. We never heard from Sam again, and the case remains a chilling mystery. The thought that we lived with someone hiding a fake identity, and possibly something worse, still haunts me.